Hello. I'm going to try this again. In your joy, you're celebrating God. You're celebrating the feast of life. This is not something to be denigrated on the grounds that there is more to life than pleasure. Certainly, there is more. There is an infinity of more. One is never finished with the process of growth, of seeking, serving, loving. The delights of the physical world are the delights of the spirit world. It is all one. Your human joy will not take you away from your love for God. Love is love. If you cannot tolerate human bliss, have how will you withstand the bliss of eternal oneness? Well, that chicken's out there making noises. We had to get rid of a lot of ducks yesterday. If you were to check into the consciousness of a rock, you would find a great deal of pleasure there. You would find a sense of oneness that is comforting, a delight in being a rock. I read this one before. In the flow of its being, a rock is in a state of ecstasy. Ecstasy cannot be scaled on a rating from 1 to 10. It is ecstasy. Why are you all suspicious of joy and softness? Is this not also God's world? Joy is a natural ingredient of life. You human beings tend to be hurried and pressured, and thereby deny yourselves the exquisite pleasure of savoring your lives. In this way, a great amount of joy and sweetness goes unnoticed. If life is lived with care and attention, it will give you the sustenance and richness you long for. Allow yourselves to renew your commitment to your lives and to yourselves many times a day. You feel that because you yearn for the warmth and the softness of life. That this will somehow lull into inactivity. Must there always be a harsh outer reality to remind you of God? If you cannot trust beauty when you find it, how can you open your heart to oneness with God, which is eternal beauty? Would it not be more suited to the inner longing of each soul to envision eternal consciousness as a gentle laugh, rather than a serious contemplation? Life is only ponderous when you are not connected to everlasting joy. A great deal of solemnity serves no function. You need to laugh. Ha ha ha. Laugh at myself. You need to play, each in his own way. Childlike qualities are godlike qualities. In their spontaneity and joy, even the foolishness and the fun, the dancing, the love, the surrender, the abandon, the lightness are part of the growing, pulsating human being. That is a blessing to your world. God did not design pain and suffering. Resistance designed pain and suffering. God's will is to light the world, light you up with peace, joy, health, and abundance, and with the awareness that this is a temporary stopover. Joy is learning. Joy is experiencing without pain. Once you have accepted without question that you exist in an eternity as a conscious being, that we in spirit exist, that God exists, then the outer circumstances of your life will lighten perceptibly. You will not create or call to you any darkness or distortion. It does not mean there will be one section of your geographical earth called Eden, but it means that you will have an awareness of the true meaning of events. As long as you inhabit the physical body, you will be subject to the physical world, yet the experience will be totally different. There will be no pain. There is no compromise. It is not saying, well, then I understand I am eternal and so this agony doesn't mean anything. No, no, you will experience no agony, literally as well as figuratively and conceptually. This is not rationalization. This is, um, that would be a trap. It is a total absorption in the truth. Because you see pain and joy through the telescope of past human teachings, you find it difficult to believe that you can exist in a state of joy where pain can be dissolved into the reality of joy without denial. Joy simply alters pain's existence. You need to know the great power that lies in the act of visualization. Visualization. Vision is spiritual reality, and all things that exist in your world first existed in spirit. The concept comes first, then the physical, which is denser matter, which follows. Once you challenge your preconceptions, they become misconceptions. The diameters of your awareness expand. A wall, for instance, is no longer only a wall, but a bit of moving, vibrating consciousness. Anything that can be envisioned can be brought into your physical reality. Whenever the feeling comes over you that you have no choices, I urge you to call a halt to everything. Halt. This is a trick you play on yourself to avoid having to assume the responsibility and therefore the joy of life. Envision instead what is it you truly want. Test it. Be careful of this, my friends, because if you envision something quite casually and do it with conviction, even though you may not be sure you want it, it will manifest. This is neither magic nor false hope. It is the reality of the power of your creative impulse. This is why it's so important to develop self-awareness to the depths of your ability, so that no creation can come about in your life without you having made the choice. You have designed your life yourself. You have created nothing in your outer reality that is stranger to you. The inestimable joy of human manifestation is to see around you in what seems to be outer circumstances when you truly believe as a soul. Look at your physical manifestation as a symbol and view your body as an extension of your soul, the spoken word of your being. Your life is not your master, it is your child. Your joy of creation must not be limited to humankind. There is, for instance, a great deal of enjoyment in consciousness creating a portion of itself in the form of other beings that exist in your world. What delight you would experience in creating your own consciousness, a beautiful flower, what pleasure too, a sleek cat, or a monstrous elephant. I'm not being fanciful here, I am explaining the way consciousness creates its own self for exploration. So, where in the consciousness of the universe there is the proclivity to experience oneself as a flower, then a flower evolves. Since you are in human form, it is understandably difficult to think of yourself as having consciousness beyond your humanness and still choosing to create a portion of yourself as a lesser being. So I will put that aside and let your imagination play with it. You can create for yourself a garden of bliss if you believe in it, and you can create for yourself intolerable suffering if you believe in it. That it is necessary, if you believe that it is necessary. This is not intellectual. None of you wants to suffer, but there are belief systems that are handed down from generation to generation that perpetuate these beliefs. It would be interesting for you to speak to the oldest member of your family and ask them about the family superstitions and beliefs. What is the structure within which you have lived your life? It would be illuminating. Is working for material things a hindrance to our spiritual purpose? Not if you see material things as materialized consciousness. When one is in the material world, one must have food and clothing, and one desires a home that is beautiful, comfortable, a place to be. These are the something accoutrements, I don't know, of self-love. And when self-love is truly acknowledged, you will not deny yourself any of these things. Self-love will open your hands to receive as well as to give, and certainly it is not taking something away from someone else. Your universe is boundless. There is more than enough of everything for everyone. How does one take it in the bounty that is there? What does one do to deserve opulence? You think this is not a difficulty? Wait and see. Until such a time when you have mastered the art of receiving, you must supply yourself with the material necessity. If you can release your guilt about money and accept it as part of the divine universe and physical reality of your earth, you will see that it has no more or less power than you give it. It is a necessity. You all hold the sense of money too tightly. Emmanuel. There is an Emmanuel. God bless everyone. Hope everyone's doing fine. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite shirts. It says, I would agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong. Jesus loves you. I love you. We all love you.